Dr. Taz joins us now in studio to talk about the effects of sending your kids to school when it's too cold. She's the founder and medical director of Center Spring MD in Atlanta. So, Dr. Taz, I mean, hard to believe that we do need to start talking about cold, despite how warm it's been. But is there a set policy for deciding this?
There's not a true governmental policy, but there are some medical guidelines that school systems can choose to follow if they want. For example, when that temperature is somewhere between 20 to 40, we have to think through whether it's really good to keep kids in school, and below 20 is where we need a lot of thought.
And so this is both getting kids to school, but also when it comes to outdoor recess.
Yes, definitely. I think it really plays into recess.
Let's talk about the medical standards, though, for this.
For recess?
Well, just for going out in temperatures that are too cold.
Yeah, so some things you can do, some things really to pay attention to with your children are, first of all, make sure they're bundled up. Make sure their heads are covered, they have gloves, they have scarves, they have mittens, those type of things, because we lose temperature very quickly from those exposed extremities. So that would be rule number one. Rule number two is really maybe have a discussion with your teacher as well to understand when they'll be outside so that your children can be prepared.
And certainly this is going to depend on where you live, right? And what kids have in terms of outer garments. Like in Florida, they might not have a lot of hats and gloves, etc.
Exactly.
But that would be a standard issue up into the
Colorado
Midwest.
or in the Midwest.
Yes. And so, you talked about hypothermia and frostbite. Let's talk about asthma and cold and flu when you get into the cold season.
Right. So some of the things that happen when it gets too cold, hypothermia is a health risk, frostbite is a health risk. That's why we want to stay covered. Asthma flares often when it starts to get colder. So if you have a child with asthma, it's important to be aware of that. Make sure the school is prepared and you're prepared as well. And then colds and flu, the minute that temperature drops, those bugs grow and it's really much easier to get a cold or to get the flu.
Now, is it because, you go outside and you're cold, or is it because you're actually inside more and you're around germs?
There are multiple reasons. First of all, everyone's indoors more, so they're around each other, so it allows those germs to spread. But we do know with the drop in temperatures, certain bugs make their debut, and so colds and flu are a part of that.
Interesting. All right, now it has been warm. Is there any health challenges with the warm fall that we've had?
There has been. People are saying all of a sudden they're noticing their allergies are back. They were gone briefly, and suddenly in the middle of November, they're dealing with fall allergies and spring allergies again. There's more asthma also due to warmer weather induced by the allergens typically.
We can't win, can we?
No, and then also tick-borne illnesses, mosquitoes, things like that. They haven't gone away yet. Usually by this time of year, with that first freeze, they're gone, but they're not gone yet.
And we were just talking about that. The freeze has not happened yet. All right, Dr. Taz, thank you.
Thank you.